So, number one, what I should have known, what I wish I've known before I started my creative business. Number one, I wish I would have known that I would not have gotten the support from my friends and family like I've given them. Many of my family and friends will come to me with their new business venture or their new product that's supposed to be the best product in the world, and I will support them because I care about them. I thought that I was going to get that same reciprocation when I started my creative business. Didn't happen. So don't go into your creative business thinking that your friends and family will rally around you. Much of them are probably even low-key jealous of you. And that's the hard reality. Some of us are blessed to have people that actually genuinely care about us and will support us. Many of us don't have that support. So definitely know that going into your creative business. Welcome back. Number one was kind of a downer. I'm sorry, not sorry. But number two is simply amazing. What I wish people would have told me before I actually opened up my own creative business. That for every one person that did not support me, that there would be 2 to 3 strangers absolutely rooting for me to do good. 2 or 3 strangers that are ready to buy my product, ready to see my services, ready to get to know me. So don't be too upset about your family and friends not being supportive. But look for your market, and that's going to go into number 3. Welcome back. We're on number 3. Things that I wish someone would have told me before I opened up my creative business. Listen, start your list early. So I'm like, okay, start a list. What do you mean start a list? You want to start compiling your list of people that are interested in you, your product, or your services very early on. I made a huge mistake by letting so many leads slip through my fingers because I was not organized. So how can you get organized and start keeping a list of people who are interested in you, your services, or your product? You can start with an email company that will allow you to capture your customer's email or other information and continue to build on that list. So think about it. Would you rather advertise to a bunch of people hoping that they will buy from you, or would you like to spend more time with the people that are interested in you and your product and your service? Makes sense, doesn't it? Welcome back. Now we're on number 4. Things that I wish someone would have told me before I started my creative business. If I had to go back to that past Tyva, I would say, enjoy the journey, take your time. When you open up a creative business, you're still practicing on your craft and your talent. So don't be so focused on making the money. Be focused on having fun and really learning how to create that craft. It's going to make you so much happier, not worrying about, when my customers are going to come or when am I going to get noticed. You will get noticed in your own divine time. Just keep your head up, keep practicing, keep working, keep running. Hello and welcome back. If you made it this far, that means we're at number 5. The 5th thing that I wish someone would have told me before I started my creative business is pay attention to the details. In other words, make sure you get your brand colors together. Get your logo professionally made. That also means paying attention to details like your packaging, your branding, your marketing. All of those things are things that your competitors actually do not pay attention to, and it can go over their head. People think with having a creative business, that means you create something and you wait for someone to buy it. No, when your packaging is on point and all of your details are on point, people are going to take notice because it's not something that everyone is doing. So you want to set yourself apart, start branding yourself earlier, and pay attention to the details. Welcome back. If you're still rocking with me, we're on number 6. So what I wish someone would have told me before I started my creative business: you're going to have to invest in your learning and your training as well as your mentoring. So a mistake that a lot of new creators make is that they don't invest in their learning. They only lean in the circumference of their own learning and what they find on YouTube and on Google. But you will grow even faster and more efficient if you surround yourself with like minds and also find a mentor that can actually help you, especially if they're where you want to be. So number 6, invest in your learning, invest in your training, find a great mentor. Hello and welcome back. We're on number 7. Things that I wish someone would have told me before I opened my creative business. Leaning a little closer. This is a little gut puncher. What I wish someone would have told me is that by choosing to run my own business and start my own way with something creative, that it's going to make me realize some uglies about myself. It's also going to make me more self-aware of some things that I need to work on or some things that I need to conquer on. So yeah, self-improvement is definitely a big thing. A lot of creators focus so much on creative work and on the details that they don't think about self-improvement. Self-improvement is a major part of your success. So you're going to have to surround yourself with like minds, find a great mentor, do some reading and some audio listening. You're going to have to do this every day. And this is going to be very vital to your success. So don't pay attention so much to the optical details. You want to work inward and then work outward, and you will be okay. Welcome back. So we're on number 8. So we're talking about things that I wish someone would have told me before I opened up my creative business. And the number 8 thing is be myself. So when I started my business, I thought that I had to conjure up this new persona, this new person. And honestly, you can do it for but so long. So my biggest advice to anyone is to be yourself. If you're goofy, be goofy. If you're loud, be loud. Every now and then a profanity will slip up. Okay, it's you. So you don't have to be polished. You don't have to always speak correct English. You don't have to be super professional. People will appreciate you being authentic and transparent, and they want to meet the real you. And 9 times out of 10, they may have something in common with you. So number 8, be yourself, your professional, ratchet business self. So here we are, number 9. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Something that I wish someone would have told me before I started my creative business is that you're going to have imitators, Hunty. You know, they're not going to copy something unless it's popping. So what my mom also told me was that make the first lick count, which means that you got to be on your A game. Make sure your products are on point. Make sure your services are on point. Make sure your details are checked with your packaging. Because when you make that first lick count, it makes it harder for imitators to come behind you and copy you. And you say, well, Tyva, why would that matter? It's because if you're doing something uniquely that's part of you, that is your brand. You don't want anyone to be able to come in and swipe your brand. So make sure you cover the details. Make sure you make the first lick count and wow your customers and your following. Hello everyone and welcome back. So we had the last one, and this last one is a doozy, and it is a gut puncher again for me as well. Things that I wish someone would have told me before I opened up my creative business is that success rings louder than hard work. And what that means is that a lot of businesses run on popularity. Quality don't be on point, but because everyone knows them, they want to do business with them. You can have the most quality product, but because you're not the most vocal person, or you're not popular, or you're not cliquish, you're like, hey, I just want to conduct business, then people will overlook you. Let me tell you something about being overlooked, Hunty. You're overlooked for a reason. Most of the time you're overlooked because you're in a growing season and in a spot of your growth. So don't get frustrated because people are not noticing you. Success rings louder than hard work. People don't always see the hard work behind success. You keep moving, you keep doing, and that's it for my top 10.